don't forget, I'm bisexual. Well, practically gay.
You're bisexual?
Yes, I slept with more women than I have men. Like, yes. So I was shocked to come to jail, be like, there's like, well, I lost my virginity to a woman.
What? Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Esther Show. It's your girl as usual, Esther, the Nigerian queen. Okay. Guys, I've got a guest for you today. She's very stylish. Like, she put her outfit together. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Let me, baby. King Lavida Loca. They already know who the fuck they
King.
King, of course, king.
Not a queen.
Not a queen.
She's
no.
a king, period.
No. You know why? Because I appreciate the queens we have, the princesses we have that have been brought up in, they've been nurtured in terms of their life. I've had to be brought up in a man's world.
Yeah.
I've had to be brought up being strong, jugging, providing for my family, doing all that. I don't consider myself a queen.
No? You're a king.
I have to be a king because I'm always in the male-dominated industry. In terms of now coming out of trapping to rap.
Yeah, I hear it. But in terms of your outlook though, you look like a princess. Well, you look like a queen, a princess. No, you look like a princess. You got
I think that. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, like you sound like you should not look the way you look, basically. But you look good.
Thank you.
And I think
so. You look.
Oh,
you look
thank you. But the thing is, you always look good. I feel like any interview that I've seen you on, you always look.
But that's also That's why I prefer to be that way. I think how I see it is people have like a narrative or a stereotype they associate with my lifestyle, my background.
Yeah.
They assume I should look some kind of way when I don't. And so I pride myself in not looking that kind of way. Don't forget, I've been in jail, I've done this, I've done all that.
Yeah.
And people assume that I will carry myself some tomboy attitude or...
Exactly.
But no, baby, I've always been...
Yeah, you're like really cute. I feel like I judged you before getting to know you. Or even speaking to you.
No, but in what sense? What was your pre-assumptions of me before
my worry was you coming to there and you're going to come on cried. I was a bit scared. Because on the TL, you come with a lot of smoke. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't.
But do you not feel like I come with smoke with people that attract the smoke? They draw me out. You don't think
True, but obviously I don't see the other side of you. All I see is when you are responding to those people. So I'm like, oh my God, she must be quite aggressive. But you're not. Even when we've been messaging, you've been very much kisses and it's quite cute.
I'm very much in my submissive energy a lot of the time.
That's so cute.
But that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people have their own idea of what somebody is supposed to look like if they have my kind of story. Yeah. They assume a girl that's been to prison looks some kind of way. Yeah. I was in jail for 4 years. You know that I met a lot of pretty women, a lot of pretty bitches, a lot of bad bitches.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I'm bisexual. Well, practically gay.
You're bisexual?
Yes, I slept with more women than I have men. Yes. So I was shocked to come to jail, be like, there's
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, okay, my bad.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I lost my virginity to a woman.
What? Seriously?
Her name was Jasmine. She's older than me. I lied to her about my age.
Oh my God.
I was 14. I told her I was 17. And she was 20.
Okay.
She must have felt like a paedophile. She cussed me out when she found out my age. She cussed me the hell.
But you lied about your age. That's quite bad though.
But I was the same person. If I would have been, I told her I was 17. If I had been 17, I'm still the same person as I am if I'm 14. You still took me in, no?
No, but she took you in thinking you were 17. That's quite dangerous, really. How old was she?
She was 20.
Oh, no.
She was 20 or 21. She was an older woman for real, but yeah, she cussed me out. She blocked me out. You're playing dangerous games.
But you know what I do like about you? Your outfits are always so furry. You like the frills. You like the
We've got a new fur brand coming out though.
Oh, is it? Okay. I think that's your staple.
That is my staple. We're working on that now. It's coming out in autumn, so it's coming out in September.
Yeah.
We've got a new fur brand coming out.
Honestly, when I think of fur, in the industry, it's definitely you.
Yeah,
you have this
I've
Lil
always
Kim.
worn fur. Even from my first video from 5 years ago. Yeah. Fur has always been my staple.
It's your thing.
My thing.
Where did that come from?
Flamboyancy from my father, I think. My father's always been flamboyant. When I was young, my dad used to wear like when denim coats were in, he used to wear denim on denim before it was denim on denim.
Really?
Before rappers were wearing denim on denim, I saw my dad wearing denim on denim. Before fur was a thing, I saw my dad wearing fur on fur. My dad has been a fly nigga already. Yeah, so I think that's where I took it from. It's flamboyancy. That's what I think that's why I took it in.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, okay. And do you know what I liked as well? You had an outfit for your BBC One Extra performance. I thought that was so nice.
That was inspired by Doja Cat.
Is it? No, it was really nice. Like, I think you just always come correct. Like, you always have a style whenever you...
Big up Ashley Summer. I don't know where the camera is. Big up Ashley Summer. Ashley Summer has been my stylist from the beginning. Yeah? Up until now. Okay. She is... Because me and her work together. It's not like you have a stylist that then controls your image. Yeah. You can present your ideas to a stylist and they're supposed to adhere to what you think and your creative vision. And Ashley's always done that for me. She's always been that. So yeah, big up Ashley Summer. she's always been that girl. Yeah, like what would you describe your style? Would you say it's like my style?
Lil Kim, because I can see Lil like
flamboyant.
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Lil Kim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. No, I see it. I definitely see it.
Do not get me gassed, because for you to recognize that, you know, people will tell me they would say Nicki Minaj before they say Lil Kim.
Oh, really?
They will say other people before they say Lil Kim. Like, I feel like Lil Kim has been slept on in terms of her the appreciation that she has had.
The fashion icon.
Yeah, she was. In terms of what she has added in terms of this fashion industry. People don't even acknowledge what she has done here. I don't think they do. Yeah, so it means a lot for you to even recognise her, Lil Kim, first.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, no, I was really surprised, because do you know the thing about even rappers, because you're obviously you do drill. I always feel so unsafe around you, drill rappers. I just feel like whenever they're around, chaos follows you guys.
Absolutely, yeah,
like,
that's true.
Honestly, I think every event I've been to that rappers have been there, something like out of the ordinary always happens. Facts, yeah. Like the police show up, or like honestly, I've been to a party where the police showed up because they heard that people had weapons, and I was like, oh my god, why am I here? I'm a civilian. Oh my god. And there was another one. I don't even want to mention names, because I don't want you guys to gun for me. There was another one. There was a rapper from Manchester. It's quite big actually. And
you talk about Bugs Malone.
I'm not dropping no names. I don't want to gun for me. And
what are you talking about that? Oh, cool, you're not talking about okay, cool, no, go on.
All I'm going to say is, basically, he got robbed. His chain got robbed. It was an event, like a normal event. It was a mixtape release party as well. And yeah, someone's chain got robbed by another rapper. And it was chaotic. And I kind of got a bit, not involved, but because my friend that owned the event, that had the event, he was basically trying to sort it out, and obviously he was like, in my car.
Where are you from? Because your accent don't sound so very much London. Where the hell are you from?
I'm from Wigan.
You're from Wigan?
Yeah.
Really? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah. But I should talk like this, but I don't. This is what I should talk like. I'm a fraud, really. Yeah. Because when I'm in Wigan, they're like, oh, why don't you have a Wigan accent?
Yeah. I've got a cousin from Wigan. I've got my cousin Salita.
Oh, really?
She's the only person that really fucked with me, even through my bullshit. Yeah.
Is it? Are you quite close?
Yeah, we are quite close. She's from Wigan as well.
I know Salita. What?
Do you know Salita Gomez?
Yeah, of course. You know? Yeah. Like, I think everyone knows everyone in Wigan.
Do you know her?
Yeah.
For real?
For real, yeah. I'm not joking. Like, we are so small. There's not a lot of black people there.
That's my cousin, for real.
So, yeah. And do you know what I want to talk about now? You've actually entered your acting bag. I saw the film that you done, Trapping. How was that?
That was intimidating.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Only because I was thrown into the deep end, in the sense where I'm dealing with Femi, I'm dealing with Nikki Slimting. These niggas have they done Intent 1, Intent 2. They've been involved in, like, even Top Boy and all these things that are like real things. Yeah. They have experience. For me, it was my first time being thrown into the deep end. Imagine like you've never acted before and you're being thrown into this whole new film. So yeah, it was a bit intimidating, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it is more your thing, just trapping. I guess it aligns.
But
with
I don't
music.
really like that, because in my opinion, I don't feel like I love acting. I grew up in a performing arts school.
Oh yeah.
My thing is, I don't like the fact that as black people we are limited to making them kind of films.
Yeah.
You tell me another film that Femi and Nikki have done that is outside of some sort of hood, like hood storyline.
But that's the thing, though. There's a lot of producers out there. Like, I have a friend, Verona, big up to her. Mm-hmm. She has a comedy series that she was trying to bring the whole Jamaican and African together. You know, like the hair shop, the African hair shops where they have the yardies and it was so fun. But guess what? It didn't get picked up.
Right.
And she had a whole treatment. She spent like $5,000 just to even do like a little snippet, just one episode sort of thing. And it just didn't get picked up. And this is what it is. I don't think they make those films because they want to. It's just, unfortunately, that's what they get funding for. And it's like,
to be fair, to big up Femi and Nikki, they definitely both spoke on that. They spoke on the fact that they don't get commissioned for other ideas.
Yeah.
They only get commissioned by these bigger platforms, say, for example, Netflix or everything else. Because they are providing hood films. They don't get commissioned for anything else. So I get that. I think the most outlandish thing we've had was Attack the Block with Paige Cakey and all that.
Yeah,
that was a bit weird. But it was the film they put out there. It's a hard thing. And for me, I grew up acting and want to do acting, but I don't want to continue to act. For example, for what I did. Let me take me lightly when I say that, because I appreciate, say, Penny Woodlock. Yeah. She is the person that put me in that film. Femi and Nikki and everyone else that allowed me to be in that film in the first place. Yeah. I appreciate. So I'm going to say that to the camera first and foremost. Yeah. However, that's not what I want to continue to entertain, because I want us as black people in the UK to create films that are about superheroes, for example. Let's create another Spider-Man, or let's create something. Why does it have to be a Top Boy? Why does it have to be an Intent? Yeah. Why does it have to be a Brotherhood or another hood? Or why does it have to be all that? Like, why do I have to continuously speak about the hood? I don't like that.
I do acting, and I work with a lot of directors, and honestly, I promise you, there's a lot of stories being written.
It's just not getting commissioned. Yeah, exactly.
It's just not. I had a guy. He had this sci-fi of black people where they had superpowers, and it was so cool. It was like these girls from Peckham, and then they realised that they could read each other's minds. Yeah. It was so cool, but unfortunately, it just didn't get picked up. I was even meant to be in a series where it was like an African girl trying to navigate in the UK. No money. So unfortunately, I don't blame them. They are trying, and I think I have to blame, like, I guess, the white production companies that's the image that they want to push of us.
By the way, it's very much systematic.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't have a choice. We don't.
Yeah. But in terms of music, though, you have been a bit quiet. Like, you haven't actually, because I remember when you came out, you were like releasing back to back. You were everywhere, freestyles. You were dropping. You did the song with La Familia. Like, you were just dropping, and then you just had like a drought where you just weren't dropping. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I was well, there's a reason for that in my sense. For me, I felt blacklisted from the industry based off like a situation that happened, which I don't feel like it was my fault, but
I think I know the situation.
What's the situation?
We're gonna go into it.
What's the situation?
But I just want to talk about your music for now. Like, in terms of,
to answer your question, that's the only reason why I ever like shut down for a little bit.
So something happened. That situation that we're going to talk about, guys. But well,
talk about it then. So, where are we going?
No, because I want to actually talk about because the reason why I don't want to talk about it yet, because this situation, you addressed it in your last project. So this is actually the main project that you worked on last, which was the Fumes? Kind of, the Fumes thing with all the different female rappers. That was the first female plugged in, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I mean, big up to you for that.
Big up to Fumes as well.
Yeah, big up to Fumes, because I can't believe that's the first
female
plugged in. That's crazy. How was that? Like, just doing that with all the rappers?
Well, I didn't get to experience it. For some reason, Fumes kept me detached from everyone else. He allowed everyone else to record together. For me, I was apparently supposed to be kept separate. I don't know whether they thought I'd be too on smoke with everyone or whatever. That would not be the case. But yeah, no. So I didn't experience it the way that I wanted to. Yeah. Everyone else got to link up and record together. And they had, you saw Cristal and Tizonos go back to back, and you saw Money and everyone else go back to back. I wasn't allowed to do that. I don't know whether it's not. Let me not use the word allowed. Yeah. It's just I think people are putting precautions in based off that other situation that happened. I guess everyone thought that I'm just some aggressor. When
I did think you were an aggressor. I'm not gonna lie. But when I've got to know you, I'm like, oh, she's really nice. Really? And I think you just put an image of yourself out there where people.
I don't think I try to intentionally do that though. I feel like I did, and like I did put out an image out there in terms of the music I make. Obviously, I rap crud and I speak some kind of way. Yeah. But it's not intentional, and also I don't like to put that in like. Everything, in attachment with my personality. When you see my story times or how I post on TikTok, I try to be a lot more softer, like in my own feminine energy. I feel like that's not the things that are taken in though. People take in the more cruddy thing before they take in and watch,
because that's what gets the most attention. Isn't it?
People don't go and to take their own time to go and watch my other videos where they see me being in my own personality and my feminine. They choose to pick up the things that are controversial, huh?
But you know that plugged in though, because I saw like obviously people talking about how it's the first female plugged in, and I saw the comments. It was very much like, oh, all women rap about is bombs, da da da. And I thought you were really good. Your wordplay was really sick, right? But do you feel like there's a pressure on female like artists to basically prove themselves? Because I feel like,
of course. Yeah,
they don't have the same level of respect as other like male artists. I think you really have to fight harder for people to take your thing serious.
Yeah, of course. I do agree with that. I do think that. I do think as female artists we've got a lot more to do. But I also feel like as female artists we're not helping ourselves. There's a difference.
What do you mean by that?
Heady One and K-Trap, for example, do joint collab. They've done a joint project together. Young Stefflon and Tiny Boost have done a joint project together. You tell me what two artists as females that have done a project together. As females, we're not trying to help each other up and build each other up. Yeah, it's more so. It's so competitive when it comes to female rap.
You feel everybody like don't help each other.
No, we don't. As females, everyone is just competitive. Everyone's pouncing on each other. Whereas the males, they lift each other up. They continue to do features with each other, and they continue to lift each other up. They continue to do that. As females, we don't do that.
Agree with that.
No, I don't. As females, what are we doing? Beefing. Well, look how long. I don't even know if I should get into
You can't talk about beef because we need to address all your lyrics. But I do agree. I do feel like it's really like strange to see females actually collab. Like there's so many sick female artists and Americans are doing it. Like American artists, the females. Like look at Nicki Minaj. I know.
Put
Nicki
it on the floor. We be acting brand new.
Even Meg Thee Stallion, they're always collaborating. But in the UK, you don't really see it.
No.
Even the men are doing it. Like,
but to be fair, I don't
putting people on.
I don't blame the UK female industry because, in my opinion, I feel like the UK industry is in the 1990s equivalent of where America was. So don't forget, we haven't been making rap money for long in terms of rap music in the UK. We've only started making music from 2015, making money since 2015 from Notes and Young Beans, and like rap music was not making money for a very long time. So in my opinion, we are in a whole different space. 1990s America is the one that broke through and started to do that and started to make money, where I feel like we're in the equivalent of them in their time. So for me, I get it. It's a dog-eat-dog world right now.
It is. I think for the females especially, like I think it's quite embarrassing that there are not enough female artists. Like even that Shy Carter, is it Shy Carter that just came out recently?
Who?
The one that sings about lobster.
Oh,
lobster. She's hard, right? But we don't get that a lot. I mean, she's hard. She's hard. But how many do we actually get that come in the scene? Because women aren't putting each other on. Like Nines is putting people on. Gigs, amazing. But like you would expect all the
Gigs, so we got a feature coming up.
Is it? Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, but
I don't think like women are just open to putting each other on. I think that's quite sad, really.
It is sad. I think so.
Have you experienced it in the industry? Maybe women not wanting to put you on, or maybe kind of competing against you.
Not so much not wanting to put me on. So without mentioning her name, I've had one of the biggest rappers we have right now in the UK.
Yeah.
That's someone I looked up to so much. I've spoken out loud the fact that I look up to her, period. She was asking other producers to listen to my music behind it. So, no, let me even rewind. I met her for the first time at an event, YouTube music party.
Okay.
Met her and I showed her love. She showed me love. I'm gassed. I followed her on Instagram straight away afterwards, thinking it's all love.
Yeah.
She followed me back, but I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
Cool. I left it there. As time gone on, she's now asking producers to play my unreleased music when she's going into the studio. I'm being told about that. I felt that was weird. And then we linked up. I'm asking, like, she's trying to approach me as if everything's cool. Hi, yeah. So I'm ignoring her now because I'm stubborn and I stand in myself. Yeah. That's how I've created female beef without realizing I've created female beef. And I loved her for real beforehand, but it's just insecurities because why are you not supporting me? But I see you support other artists that I do not feel, not to be so big-headed, but they definitely don't have as much talent as I have. They definitely do not have as much even drive as I have. They definitely they're not doing as much as I am. But you've chosen not to follow me back or support me or post me back. Yeah. These times you met me in real life and now you're asking to play my unreleased music behind the scenes. Yeah. But you're playing like, you know, you're fucking with them and doing all that. I think it's just and I approached that female at Wireless.
Who are we gonna get a name to this? Because I feel like it's brewing.
Yeah, well, no, we spoke. We had to ended up eventually being pulled away.
Yeah? Okay. We're not going to get a name to it. No. Okay. We'll move on. We'll move on to someone that I will actually mention the name because in your plugged in, you obviously had bars that was obviously directed to somebody. Your best friend. Not my best friend. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows. Her name starts with a sh and ends with an O. And I'm obviously we were all said that that's who you were coming for because you had lyrics like I don't want a repeat of certain things.
Calvers when I turn a red tomato.
Red tomato is what I want to address. What do you mean about red and tomato? Because there's been a lot of speculations online where people are obviously you're directing this woman. Should I say her name?
You should.
I want to say her name.
Yeah.
You were directing Shaybo.
Yes.
And obviously everybody knows that you've had your ongoing beef with her, back and forth. But obviously that bar that you dropped in your plugged in, especially mentioning the red tomato, if you pull up to, she's going to shit, whatever. What were you, there was obviously a story. There's something that happened.
Yeah, there was a story. The story, there's two sides to every story, by the way. So you'd have to ask her also her opinion. For me, how I felt, I saw her before she went into the party that we both entered. I would have felt like we should have talked about it. Like, I saw her before she saw me. So my niggas was like, let's not go in. Like, I was with people. We were basically at a gate. And I was held back. Like, no, I held myself back from going in because we were waiting for my other niggas to come back and bring something before we went back into the party. So we're all waiting, just smoking a zoo. You know, we can't smoke a zoo inside the party. So we're smoking a zoo outside. Yeah. We're outside the gates. We've seen her enter before she's seen me enter. My niggas are all trying to stop me from going in. Don't go in. I said, nah, we're cool. There's an open bar. We're gonna let's get a glass of champagne and talk about it as grown women, which we're gonna do. Yeah. I don't think she allowed me the space to do so because she was so much in her bad girl element. She was trying to G-check me.
Okay.
She's trying to G-check me. If I look back to that situation, no, I'm lying. I was about to say I would handled it different. I probably wouldn't have. But I wish it never had to have gone there because as grown women, the issue that we were arguing with, like, initially was not important. Like, what we was arguing with over, it was not important. Like, there was no reason for us to be beefing over that. But yeah.
Okay.
Me and Shaybo, you know. Not you mentioning her name.
Well, I mean, it's very clear.
No, it's very
obvious. But like in terms of kind of obviously talking about just female empowerment, really, is there like any message you would like to pass on to her if she does watches this?
No. I feel like me knowing her character, not to try and speak too much on her, she's not even capable of having a grown-up conversation. She's not capable of us being civil with each other. She's so much stuck in trying. You know, when people are bad and they don't need to prove themselves to anybody and they don't need to carry some sort of energy. Me, in my opinion, whether she takes this offensive or not, I don't care, whether people are watching, whatever, she feels like she has so much to prove. So she's never going to allow herself to be humble enough to maybe apologise when she's wrong, or have a down-to-earth conversation. And real G's do that. I don't know if you've ever met Gigs, who's supposedly the baddest gangster we have in the UK, which, and I'm not saying supposedly in that way. Yeah. I'm saying that's the narrative the UK feel, right? And he is bad. Like, I'm not saying anything about Gigs. Don't take me lightly when I say that. We probably have to cut that out because I worded that wrong. Yeah. But yeah, he's one of the loveliest people you meet also. Real G's don't have to move like that. Real G's move in silence.
But don't you think that it's because she doesn't see that nice side to you as well? Because I wouldn't have known that you're actually nice if I never spoke to you. Because obviously what I see online is she's on crud. She's on like, do you mean? Yeah. Like I told you I was a bit like apprehensive of you coming today because I was just like, oh, because what you put out there, you seem quite gangster. Yeah. But obviously in real life, you're very cute.
I am, G, for real.
I know, let's not get it twisted. I am a gangster.
I'm a gangster for real. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't move like that. Before I start catching cases and all that. Yeah, cool. But it's no benefit for me to be on what I'm on. Yeah. For me, okay, cool. If I say it to you lightly, I've got gun charges and shooting charges and arson charges and stabbing charges. Yeah. What the hell does it benefit me to project that energy onto someone like you? Yeah. Who the hell have you for? Like, what? That's not your energy. You grew up in Wigan. You're a lovely girl. You do what you're doing. Like, you're not involved in our kind of world. So I'm not bad for trying to enforce that energy onto you. That's what something like she does. That's what Shaybo does. Yeah. She pressures her makeup artist and her hairstylist and everybody else. You pressure people that are not bad, like, you know, and that don't make you bad, B. That don't make you bad, you know, like, and I don't agree with that. I'm always going to be lovely to you. For what the fuck am I going to be for you for? Like, yeah,
sure. So what is specifically that red and tomato? What was that referring to?
You're trying to make me catch a case, huh?
Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, let's move on to another thing that you posted on your story, because you're very, very expressive. Oh, I love watching your stories though, because I feel like it's like a reality show. Because you spoke about your encounter with Stefflon Don.
Oh my god!
And this is on the blog.
Wait, let me even interrupt you before you say. You know when I posted that, my thing is.
Can we just to give you context? So I think you met Stefflon Don somewhere, and
you don't. You speak on what I posted. That's what I posted.
Yeah, I'm just giving the context on what she posted. So she posted that she met Stefflon Don, and I think your encounter wasn't the best, basically. But obviously, you just said that.
Let me tell you, at that time, I love a drink, by the way. Anyone that knows me knows that. So at that night, I probably had too much to drink. Yeah. I posted that. I was supposed to put it on my close friends. I didn't post it on my close friends, I posted it on my public story. I didn't even realise till the next day I woke up, I'm on the Shaybo. I was like, whoa, what did I say last night? My thing is with Steph, I love Steph. I've said this in my ZZ Mills interview. Yeah. I've said it in multiple interviews. Steph was my inspiration. I was in prison.
It didn't come across that way though.
It didn't look like it was supposed to be to my close friends, bitch. What the fuck?
Yeah, I hear it.
I didn't mean for her to ever see that. Like, my thing is she's been a big inspiration to me. But when I first met her, I will never forget YouTube Music Party 2019. The thing is, our teams have spoken, and she has said, say this now, that she doesn't remember the encounter, and she's not directly apologised, but essentially, you know, people roundabout way apologise in terms of they didn't mean to make you feel that way. That's what she tried to express to me.
Do you know what it is? I think
but she made me feel that way, so I was writing to express that way. I met her at 2019 YouTube Music Party. She was a Burna Boy at that time. She just shut me down completely. She looked me up and down. She did a whole lot. Like, she made me feel like imagine coming up to someone, and bear in mind, I've never done this with anyone. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh my god, like, imagine someone shutting you down, bro. I'm not a fan like that, and I'm trying to do that with you. Yeah. Being a fan, bitch.
I can imagine. So but you have to understand also, she's in a social setting. Some people aren't even like social like that, and when people are coming up to them, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, I get that.
So I think. Because what I don't like is, I don't know Steph personally, but I don't like that people don't give her flowers.
They don't. I was about to say that, you know, people in the UK do not.
She's one of the hardest female artists.
It's not even about her being hard. She has opened doors. She's opened doors for a lot more. For her, she's broken through to an American market.
Yes.
She's the first female rapper I've seen to be top 10. On the top UK in the UK. Don't forget, this is the Beatles, Paul McCartney. This is white media.
Yeah, exactly.
But as a black female rapper, to break them boundaries, she's done so many amazing things. So when I say that she's an inspiration to me, I'm not a fangirl.
Yeah.
However, in the UK, they're so bad mind. Everyone will say, "Oh, you're beating a fan." Well, why shouldn't I be a fan? Why the fuck?
Do you know what I mean? I am
a fan.
Energy that we have in the UK where people don't want to admit that you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. I'm a fan.
Steph has worked hard to earn that spot. She didn't
the same way I know I've got fans.
Exactly.
In the UK, you're supposed to say supporters. Apparently, that's
some bullshit.
That is the
most.
You're a fan. What do you call it? The most what's that word where you say it the right way? The term where you say things.
Supporter. Yeah, like the most politically correct.
Yes.
But I think
politically
it's some
correct.
Bullshit. No, these
apparently
people
to be politically correct,
hard.
we're supposed to say supporters rather than fans. No, you lot are my fans. I call my supporters fans. And the same way I will say I'm a fan of someone else. I don't shy away from saying I'm a fan of Stefflon Don. So when that come up on the Shaybo&encounter, I was upset by that because also her best friend, Rhea, Empress, commented saying, she's the one that commented saying, "Oh, Steph doesn't remember this interaction, blah, blah, blah." So I responded as well, telling her, "I apologise, I didn't mean for it to end up on the blogs, blah, 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 blah." I feel like the UK shy away from all of that.
Showing love.
Yeah,
no, I think this is one of the reasons.
And that's why people don't even understand why I felt so upset by how the interaction I had with her. Because people might see it as light work. If someone like Stefflon Don shut you down, in the UK everyone's bad mind, so they don't care because they don't see her as a celebrity.
Exactly.
To me, Steph isn't a celebrity. To me, she's a celeb. So when I'm meeting her and you're someone I'm inspired by, I felt upset by that. You know, so I can express that. I slept on the fact that I'm also a public figure, so whatever I say is going to be posted on the blogs.
Exactly.
I didn't mean for it to, but yeah, it did.
Yeah, no, because
I don't know if she will ever forgive me because I know she's also stink. I know she's. She knows.
I think in the UK, I think we definitely need to change this mentality. Yeah. Like if you like someone's work, you're a fan, and stop this supporter bullshit.
This support thing.
I'm a fan of your work. Like I'm a
fan of yours.
Oh,
that's how I
feel.
That's how I feel like everyone, support.
And I think that also gives people morale because you work so hard. And then people now trying to act like your achievement is nothing. No, it's something. Because you fucking put money, you put your work,
everything into it.
Do you know what I mean? Like even my show, I put a lot into it, and then people just act like you're not a fan of my work. Like, if I see that you're working, I want to say, well done, sis. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I think this is why there's so much bad man in the music industry where people don't want to support each other because they feel like they even have to prove to their fans that should be their fans that, you know what, I'm fucking working hard. Like, and I don't like that. So I like to give people their flowers.
I love to. And I don't shy away from telling people I'm a fan of yours. Because I also no, I don't call my fans supporters. I call them fans too, and they acknowledge that. My fans are called locas. And I've created my own fan base from, like, I walk in the energy. I'm never going to call you supporters to adhere what this UK bad mind narrative is saying.
I like that about you.
You're my locas, you're my fans, you're my supporters, facts. And that's what it is. So, yeah.
I mean, in talking about the UK vibes, obviously we were rated the second most miserable country in the world. Because we are fucking miserable in the UK. I'm not even going to lie. Everyone is so miserable. Like people don't want to watch each other win. Like I travel a lot. Like I've been to America.
Really?
Yeah, I travel a lot. I've been to America. I've been to China. I've been to
that's amazing.
Canada. I've been to a lot of countries, and I'm telling you, I've never seen the level of depression in the UK. People like no one wants to help each other. Like I don't know if it's the weather. I think it might be the weather. I think we've all got sad. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's not even just that. I really feel like it's also the economy and the way the country is being ran.
Yes, that's another thing.
Else is just so depressing.
The country, like all the rules that we have, it's like our leaders don't have any joy. Nobody gets joy in this UK because you want to drive. There's so many rules and regulations. Like everything is so difficult. You get penalized for every single thing. They don't want you to make money, bro. And talking about even this, the UK, a lot of people say that the UK music isn't doing very well right now. And I think it's because of the way the UK is set up. They don't like put they don't put money into the music.
Yeah.
They don't put love. Like, people don't support the music. And I think there's so much talent in the UK. So much talent, right? That just gets slept on a regular because they don't have labels pushing them. They don't like have supporters going to watch their shit. And I think it's so bad because I remember someone was telling me, I had an argument with this guy. He's like a label, no, he's like someone's manager. And he was saying that, oh no, it's because the UK artists are shit. And I'm like, can we compare it to they're not shit. Like, you are hard.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like it's because people don't see the talent because there's no money being pushed. That's what I think it is. I don't think they're shit at all. Because look at people in America. Sexy fucking Red is like it doesn't take a lot of lyrical ability to do what she's done.
No.
However, because Americans have joy.
So
Americans are not fucking miserable people.
Yeah, it's true.
So they support
so they can indulge in Pound Town.
Do you get what I mean?
Town, my pussy pink, my pussy they can indulge in it. Yeah, it's true. Because you know what the crazy thing is, what I don't understand?
Yeah.
Because the UK is bad vibes, but we still will turn up to that in the club. We'll still turn up to Sexy Red and Cardi B.
But when it's
so
a
why
UK artist,
they
don't want to show up. Do you know what it is? It's the proximity. Because more time
everyone feels so comfortable with
exactly,
like,
because you go in school with them, you don't want to see that that's a celeb, bro.
Yeah,
that's not just your guy that you went to uni with. This is now fucking Lavida Loca.
No, but you know what? I always have said Abracadabra was one of my biggest inspires as well. Like, I feel like he's done such big things. He is so creatively different. Like, the way he raps, his delivery, his voice, and the melodies and everything he adds. And that's someone I was listening to in jail. I didn't know who that was before I went to jail. I discovered him when I was in prison. So when I come out again, that's someone I was also a fan of. I feel like because, say, for example, people went to school with our bro, they know he's just from Tottenham or he's from this block or whatever. People minimise the success he has achieved. People, I think, in the UK minimise how much it is to achieve as black people and as rappers especially to be on the top 40 on the top charts. People are not they're sleeping on that. So I just think it is bad vibes for real.
And even talking about the bad vibes, another thing that I feel like the UK does, right? They stop people's bags because Digga D's in jail, Banda K's in jail.
Yeah, but they're not in jail for no reason.
I get that, but what's the difference between the violence in the UK and America? But there's no
difference. That's why them niggas are in jail too.
But not to the extent of the UK though. No, the UK people are in jail every business day,
the
bro.
only people you can compare to is the people that are elite. Like, you can compare like Jay-Z's and 21 Savages and Meek Mill's. People signed to like bigger labels and people that have the J word, like lawyers, and they're involved in a whole different world. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. It's the same thing over there in America.
No, I think like
you saw Bobby Schmurder go to jail.
True. But I think maybe there are so many rappers that are out. Yeah, but in the UK, like, most of our rappers just end up in jail. And I'm not saying I encourage violence. I don't encourage violence. Obviously, I hate the violence, which I want to talk about more as well. But I do think the UK just sometimes just let them make money. Like, what do you want them to do? Be in ends, fucking killing each other, doing stupid...
But then let me ask you, to play devil's advocate. These rappers are blowing up. If they're still investing, and I have to word this right because somehow I'm still doing the same thing. If you still have people around you involved in that same lifestyle, that I say your close people, your brothers and your sisters and people you've grown up with, they might ask you for money for something. You might not be aware of what that's going to, but you invest in it anyway. Is that your fault if they choose to then indulge in something else? Is that your fault then when you get brought up in a case where you probably didn't have no acknowledgement of, but because you've sent them, say, 20 bags to do this, thinking it's going to go into something different, but they're putting it into the hood or whatever. Is that your fault?
I don't think so. You're just helping someone out, innit? That's not your business.
Maybe I'm trying to play court lawyer for someone.
But no, I do really hate, I don't like the violence that I will have to make that clear. As much as I don't think that they should be putting them in jail all the time, like, let them make money for a bit at least. Come on, man. You know they're gangsters.
What?
No, because like, what? The UK is just so, like, they wouldn't even let Ja Rule into the UK when he had his concert. I'm thinking, why?
Well, they wouldn't let gigs in America for 10 years either. So why? Because gigs was a staple also.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing, vice versa.
That's a good point.
They didn't let us in either. Vice versa. We don't allow each other in. So
no, but it's because he's been to jail.
Yes. Well, no, Ja Rule hadn't actually. Has Ja Rule been to jail?
No, yeah. Anyone that's got a criminal basically offence are not allowed in the UK.
Yeah,
that's
so
the reason they didn't allow him in.
Ja Rule's been to jail, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so same, vice versa. Giggs has been to jail too.
Oh, is that why they wouldn't let him in? Because he went to jail?
Yeah, it's the same vice versa. That's the system with every country. I don't feel like, and in my opinion, I don't feel like things should be like dismissed just because you're a celebrity. If that's the laws of the land, that's the laws of the land.
No, I don't think that. I think my thing is just let people make money a bit. I'm not saying that you should be violent. No, because like, come on. I mean, look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z could build like an empire on drug money. They wouldn't allow you to do that shit here. Like, we should have. I'm not saying you should use drug money to build empire. I'm not saying that. But like, America's just a bit more flexible. The UK, they wanna like.
So do you think he
police everything?
I think he transferred his skills. I feel like he.
Yeah, he did transfer his skills, but it was drug money.
Yeah,
it was gang.
Everyone else.
But in the UK,
and everyone else has transferred.
But that's not label. They're pushing music. But I'm talking about like to have a label is a different thing. That's a serious type of money.
But that's a smart business.
Of course it is, but the American system will allow people to flourish. The UK don't want people to flourish. For every little thing, they want to take you, they want to remind you, and it's like, come on, man.
They want to limit you and make you feel like you're supposed to be here, and I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
I do also feel like it's Jay-Z's business acumen, though. I feel like
he's smart.
In my opinion, if we had somebody who had the same business acumen as Jay-Z had, I feel like they would be able to make it. In my opinion, anyway.
Maybe. I mean, I want to talk about you in terms of like your label as well, because I think a lot of the time, I feel like people go into jail and all that stuff, and I mean things I don't even agree with, like using your lyrics to convict you and all that stuff. How do you feel like your labels deal with that?
How I feel my labels?
Yeah, like
my labels did not. Well, so I'm not in a label right now.
Okay.
I'm so glad I
management
to get out of that deal. What I feel like the labels and the management that I've dealt with, they are quick to sign a drill rapper, for example, and monetize off our trauma. Bear in mind what we're rapping about, stabbings and this and jail and whatever, is trauma, right? They're quick to monetize off it, but they don't understand the nurture that should be happening behind the scenes. They don't understand how to actually deal with someone like that. They are the labels and the A&Rs, they don't want to deal with the outbursts, for example, that happen when you're cool with me rapping about murders. You're not prepared to deal with someone who has dealt with murders, the traumas, the sleepless nights, the coming up to meetings and I'm just tapped and I'm just reacting some kind of way. You're not willing to deal with the actual things that come with that level of trauma.
Of course.
However, you're quick to monetize off it. That's why that was my only thing with labels. I see many artists talk about labels and being snaked out of money and being snaked out of deals, and I've never experienced that. So my issue is not about the money. My issue is the fact that you want to monetize off me but not realizing my trauma is real. And you're not prepared to deal with that. If you're not willing to nurture my trauma, then what the fuck are you making money off me for?
So what do you want to see, like therapy sessions and all that stuff?
I feel like if you're trying to be an A&R and you want, I think that not necessarily just push that on someone, but if it's becoming complicated, there's things that should be put in place.
Like actually,
I think there should be a lot more nurturing when it comes to labels, and especially. And I think they sleep on the fact that if they nurture their artists more, they probably get better music and longevity out of these artists in the first place. There's a lot of drill artists that get like one bangers or a couple bangers and then they fall off. You probably get a lot more out of these artists in your best interest if you would actually nurture them and help them go through their shit.
But I do think you have to take accountability to some extent, because you had your story time, which was, your first story was that you burnt your ex's house down, which people didn't believe, but is that true? And the second story was, I think you got caught with a firearm. And there was a third story. What was that? I think you said there was a story coming up.
I didn't start it though, but burnt someone in jail. Burnt them with boiling water and like sugar and that. That's like a normal thing. But burnt them with a bucket and stabbed her as well.
Oh my god.
And then I got an extra sentence and I had to do extra time.
Oh my god. But do you take accountability for all the stuff you've done?
The last case is the only case I care about. In terms of burning the house down, I don't even know if I should be saying that. I don't feel much for that case, so I put it that way. The only case I do feel much for is that last case, the girl that I burnt. And
why?
Only because when I look back, I don't feel she deserved it. When I look back at the beef that me and her had, it wasn't even that deep.
Oh.
I didn't need to take it that far. If I actually look back and I'm being real, as a 26-year-old now, where I sit now, I don't feel like she deserved that. Oh, I did it anyway, but
yeah. Do you feel remorseful for the stuff that you done?
I feel remorseful for the last case.
Okay. So do you feel like... Sorry. Do you feel like the other ones, they kind of deserved it then? Because the way you're like, well, I burnt my exes down, and I don't really feel remorseful. Do you feel like you deserved...
I feel remorseful for the last case.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, the story times did lead to you being called a UK beast and all those stuff.
That's how you feel as UK beasters, then cool.
I want to address this UK beast thing because I do feel like I do get it. The UK girls, I'm sometimes scared of them, especially the London girl. I am scared of them. They are too aggressive. They just on smoke all the time.
Even point out, you're from Wigan. I grew up in Essex, so we are not from London essentially. So yeah, no, but go on.
Exactly. So I'm not from that type of environment. So I understand, like, the fact that it can be too much. However, I get it because I'm quite an empath, right? And I try to understand people's reality.
That's what I've noticed about you.
Yeah, and I do try to just understand why they the way they are. And I notice, obviously, dealing with London men especially, these London men aren't nurturing. They put women into their masculine energy.
And I feel that's your opinion because niggas love.
Well, the type of men that you date, you don't even date 9 to 5ers, don't you? Yeah, obviously, because you said that you don't even deal with people that don't do 9 to 5. So you're obviously, your reality is different. Yeah. But I do feel like these UK women, they aren't protected. I think they aren't provided for. Like it's like a shock if a woman says, you know what, like we're having conversations about 50-50 on a first date. That's some ridiculous stuff.
That is stupid. You know the crazy thing is to me, I have never ever in my life had to have that conversation. You know, with me, you know, people try to make out like as a woman you should even act and pretend that you're gonna put your card out. Yeah, I don't even do that. You know, like we're out together. We're out together. I'm just like
I have my purse. What are you talking about?
Bro, do you know when I go out with a nigga?
Yeah,
I've got my lip gloss. I've got my mirror. I don't even.
Do you know what? I'm actually
I know the niggas I fuck with are so high value. Yeah. They're never gonna ask me to do that. I've never had a nigga even look at me for the bill. Yeah. Like never. I don't deal with that. Like the man I date. What the hell?
But do you know what it is? I. Because the thing, being an empath, I also understand the men's perspective because men.
I don't. If you're too broke, don't date.
Especially like black men, especially like society is so against them. Like it's hard to get a job if you're not from the hood. Yeah. Like obviously you date those type of men, but like if you're not from the hood and you don't want to trap, getting a job. In fact, we have the lowest stats of getting employed. So I get life is tough for black men especially. So I get why sometimes they can't be the providers. But what I don't feel sorry for them is being protectors. Like they are so ready to cuss a woman out. They're so ready. Do you know what I mean? You see a woman struggling, you can't help her out.
Where do you experience these men from?
Oh no, I'm not me, but I see what goes on.
But this is what I did. That's the same thing.
And this is why I understand the UK
Even I don't know if you saw on Shaybo posted a conversation that me, Madam Joy started it, and then me, CZ Mills, we all had our opinions after it. Yeah. Madam Joyce was talking about niggas that were broke and whatever, and then we all spoke about it. Yeah. I really feel like you are what you attract. To be honest, I feel like you should be
I agree.
I don't feel like, well, for me personally, I've never had a man that is feeding or doing all that shit. Whatever, say for example, Joyce says on her podcast that she's experienced of London men. I've never experienced that. And my issue is
you only date a certain type of man.
My issue is I date a certain type of men, but my issue is she speaks. Same with Zizi. Zizi does the same thing. You speak so generalized about everyone. Yeah. My thing is not every UK. You talk about London men. Yeah. Well, I'm dating London men, and my London men are not like your London men. My London men are not expecting me to pay no bill. We are dealing with a whole different type of London men. Yeah. So stop being so generalised. The same way where you'll be the first woman to have an issue when people say black women, generalising. Stop generalising.
I agree.
What the hell is London men?
I agree. Because when I started working on myself and learning to be more submissive and learning to do the things that men want, I did notice that I attracted more high value men.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you. As a woman, you also have to take accountability to the men that you're attracting, because especially like if you go around saying things like men are this, men are that.
Yeah.
Obviously,
they're gonna feel like
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're the type to say like, you know what, men are providers. In fact, me, I love Nigerian men. I love Nigeria. I will put it out there. Nigerian men can provide. You don't matter anywhere they are. In the UK, they just love it. They love to drop, and even like just African. I would say African. Yeah. No, I love it, and I think this is what I've even started focusing on Nigerian men, because I feel like I want to not feel masculine. I don't want to enter this UK beast arena. So me, I'm dating men that want to provide for me. I don't expect you to pay for everything, but I just want you to have a pride, have that ego.
Yeah.
That it's like, you know what? I want to,
yeah.
you know, I want to pay for your trip. Like I remember some guy, I went on a date with him. He was like, here's for the transport. Have that ego. I didn't even ask you.
That's what I like. Do you know what? My thing is, I'm not in a relationship, but I have my favorite. I've got my, I've got my favorite. Got my favorite I like the most, because he does that same shit.
Yeah.
Like it would just be like, where are you traveling to? Even today, right?
Yeah.
It was saying, how am I getting to you? I'm getting to you this way. Oh, how much is it? This much.
I love that.
Look, just put the money. You don't even say anything. I was just going to my bedroom and there's money on the side of my table to pay for the.
Yeah.
Like that is so sweet. Because he knows I can pay for it myself, but you're gonna do that. I like that kind of alpha energy, and I feel like a man being in his alpha is the only way a woman's going to be in a submissive. But like these niggas that talk about a woman's not submissive and it's because you are not in your alpha, man. You're being a bitch. You have everything to everything to complain about before you're actually acknowledging what you're not doing right.
Exactly.
In order to be an alpha, like I believe in traditional relationships. I want to cook and clean for my man. My man don't have to pick up a plate or pick up a pan. I really believe in traditional gender roles. Call me misogynistic, call me whatever the fuck you want.
No, I'm like that as well. I genuinely believe in gender roles. I think that's the only way it's gonna work. But I'm not delusional to the society that we're in now.
I agree with
men
feminism.
can't provide.
I feel like females should be able to have the choice. If you want to be a hardworking woman, independent, that's why I agree with feminism in that sense. Where I don't feel like it should have been a forceful thing where females have to be housewives and have to be at home. I agree with why the feminist movement started in the first place. However, I don't feel like we should still be pushing that every female has to be independent working. I enjoy being babied, to be honest. I enjoy being a little princess.
I love it. I love to feel like an egg.
Baby.
I don't want to have a brain around my man. I want to be like, you want me to do, because I used to think being submissive was a bad thing until like I was around provider men, and oh my god, I was so like, but I don't know what to do. I was like, okay, I got this solution, and that's what I'm like, okay, sorry. No, I love it.
That's how I feel around. Like, I was about to say his name. That's how I feel around. That's how I feel around him. Like, I don't have to worry about nothing. You know, like we won't even know where we're going. He's finding directions. I'm just like staring into space.
It's looking pretty.
Like, I want my man to be on that type of energy. But the same way where he don't know how to cook his own fucking jollof rice and this and whatever. You don't have a clue.
I pride myself in telling men that I can cook, and I love cooking. I don't love cooking, but I will cook for you.
I love cooking.
Oh, I don't love cooking.
I love cooking.
I do it because I'll die if I don't. So I have to cook. As a woman, I was raised to cook.
I'll die.
I'll fucking die if I don't cook. So it's like, but if it's like, you know what, you go out and go and provide or whatever, I would enjoy it because my man has been working all day, and then he comes home to me. I'm like, what do you want to eat, baby?
No, I feel as well. I feel like if my mother had told me from back then that she was going for a hard day at work before she told me to take the meat out, I probably would have took the meat out. I would have forgotten.
Exactly.
Like, it's the same thing. Like now, the same way I feel to cater to my man. I understand it. You've had a hard, long day at work.
Exactly.
Let me
make your life. I'll give you a
baby, this is your thing. Do anything for my man.
I love that. But in terms of the UK beast stuff, though, obviously you had your another
who's the other UK beast? Because I know who is
another UK beast. Well, actually, I want to talk about.
She's actually a UK beast, though. If you're talking about the same person, I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, because you had the issue with Miss Alfab, and to be fair, I don't know how that happened because I just saw her talking about you on live, and I was like,
she's so angry. She's so mad. I don't know what her issue is.
How did that even start?
So me and her, like, she had already entered my DMs. She blocked me on social media for whatever reason. So she obviously knows who I am. Lani wanted to put me on Baddest UK, which is fine, but I was never going on that show anyway. I kind of, which we can go on camera, I kind of used that platform. Like I kind of told Lani I was going on there, knowing I'm just going to use the marketing and the intro, knowing I'm not going on there. Facts. And then for some reason, Renee decided to go on social media talking about, who's Lavida Loca? Chatting shit about me. But these times you've been in my DMs before, you know, like you really do know who I am. So I
hate when people do things like that.
Yeah,
like,
I think it was just
some
attention
respect.
Seeking. But what I feel about these TikTok bitches is the same with Cheyenne. I don't know if you know who Cheyenne is.
Nah.
There's she's TikTok. She's TikTok. She calls herself C Baddie. She's done the same thing. These bitches create fake storylines to create a narrative. You know what Cheyenne did?
What did she do?
Cheyenne, she is very popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
She met me, so I met her through another, what I considered a friend. She was on UK Bad as well. You know Metap?
Yeah.
The white girl that they were calling Central Shit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know if you saw her.
It's all a bit chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's chatting shit, blah, blah, blah. She essentially tried to accuse me of stealing money from her. This bitch is broker than me.
Oh, sorry, we're going to wrap it up now. Okay. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, just finish. Just finish your story, yeah?
She accused me of stealing from her. And that was just create storyline. I understood that is what you lot do in terms of keeping up your social media traction. You create storylines. And I guess in their world, they're used to creating storylines about each other and everyone just accepts that you're just creating storylines about each other. No one's on real smoke or real beef or takes it offensively because they're all on the same thing.
Yeah.
I felt offended because I'm not part of your world. So why the hell are you involving me into it?
Yeah.
I was going to smoke about fortune. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. Let me just leave it alone. It's the same thing what Renee does. It's about creating just
But
a
what
narrative.
about you and Lani? Because you were friends, and Lani was actually upset with you because you were speaking about the show on your story.
Do you know what?
Because I have to say that was not very nice.
Lani can understand why she was upset.
You were her friend.
I understand. Yeah, no, I was about to say that.
A show
I understand
on your
that. Do you know what it is? I was not going to be wrong and strong. I understand that. I understand why Lani was upset because I posted that just like ignorantly, just saying, oh, the show ended up shit, da, da, da. But I didn't think much of it until she responded, and I was like, oh shit, I upset her feelings. That's when I started to clock, oh, the way I worded it and the way you're right. That's how I feel too. I do feel like.
Did you ever apologise to her?
Nah, I didn't.
So you understand? No. But it's not gonna apologize. Are you going to apologise?
It's because of the way I am. It's the way that she reacted afterwards. Then you're gonna try cuss me on at that point.
She's pissed at you.
No, but there's a way to deal with things and the way to deal with people. I'm not that kind of bitch. You're not gonna talk to me some kind of way or address me some kind of way and expect me to sort of grovel and act that way. So my thing was, I understood where I was wrong.
Math, guys. I know that I'm wrong, but I'm not going to apologise.
It's girl math. Yeah, I know I'm wrong. But yeah, no, if she had dealt with it not even dealt with it a different way,
you can't tell people how they're going to deal with like your disrespect.
True, but
you disrespected her first, and you should just apologise, right?
All right, cool. I'm sorry, Lani.
Oh, we love that. Right, guys, we're going to bring it to an end now. How positive was that? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this, because I enjoyed it. There was a lot of tea, wasn't there? That was so fun. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you coming. Good. Thank you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Please, I want to know what you thought about this episode. If you have any questions, I want you to drop it in the comments. And guys, I will see you in the next episode.
Do not forget to like, subscribe, everything.